She was a good mother, and she was an awesome grandmother.
A woman in her 50s seeking to boost her looks. But her beauty treatment was a deadly one.
Oh man, what is this stuff?
They're called pumping parties. Secret silicone injections at hundreds of dollars a pop. A booming illegal business.
What a way to make money.
So selling heroin.
Who administered the deadly dose? It's a courtroom drama like you've never seen before.
I was interested myself in getting my cleavage area enlarged.
Hips and hands.
The face, the cheekbone areas.
A window on an underground world.
It's like a competition thing with each of them. Which one can look better than the other one? Which one can pass for a female?
Beauty at any price.
For what happened?
Who would pay?
Do you have sex with men for money?
It's a battle. It's like going to war.
For my mother, I will fight to the...
Coming up.
Something smells rotten in Denmark.
It's a battle. It's like going to war.
The defense strikes back.
How many names do you have?
Eleanor.
Eleanor, Rodney,
That's my
Thunder.
birth name.
Who showed up in this courtroom today?
Eleanor.
Now it was the defense's turn.
Something smells rotten in Denmark. Everything is not as it appears. She did not die from anything that happened to her that day. It was her day with destiny.
Eric Schwartzreich represented Mark Hawkins.
Vera Lawrence.
The best thing that we had working in our favor is the assumption of the risk. I don't need to sit here and tell the American public, don't go to a dentist office in the back of a van. Don't get these back alley injections.
The defense challenged the charge that Hawkins and Hendricks were longtime silicone pumpers by attacking the flamboyant witnesses who testified about being their customers. Hawkins' attorney ridiculed them as clowns with multiple aliases and felony convictions, people whose testimony could not be trusted.
Shine my name.
Your real legal name is Terrell Bell.
Correct.
Incidentally, you look very nice today. Is that Gucci or Prada that you're wearing?
No, actually it's J-Lo.
Hawkins' defense attorney seemed to relish every moment.
It's a battle. It's like going to war.
You love this stuff, don't you?
Absolutely. I love trying cases. I'm a frustrated actor.
You are a prostitute.
Yes, I am.
You are a convicted felon.
Yes, I am.
I've got people coming into the courtroom pointing fingers at my client. I can't make any apologies for coming across in a way where I'm defending.
More than 2 years after her death, defense attorneys were about to deliver their most withering attack against Corey Williams, the state star witness, who testified he actually saw Mark Hawkins inject silicone into Vera Lawrence.
Is it Cookie? Cookie?
Miss Williams is fine.
Is it Cookie? Do you go by Cookie?
Miss Williams is fine.
What do you do for a living?
Hair, makeup.
You're not a convicted prostitute.
No.
Do you have sex with men for money? Is that funny?
I knew that I had a problem with Corey Williams, but I knew that Corey Williams was a convicted felon.
Did you cut a deal with the prosecutor that you would be on probation if you came into a courtroom and said that this man and this woman injected Vera Lawrence in your apartment that night?
This was his apartment, and he would do anything he could to save his life and save his face.
And you cut a deal with Mr. Scheinberg. Is that true, Miss Williams? So you're not in prison for 20 years in Florida State Prison, are you, Miss Williams?
Evidently not. I'm here.
The grilling of Corey Williams made it clear just how much was riding.
But now the lawyers argued that even if the defendants had injected Vera with silicone on that night, that injection was not the cause of her death.
She had been injected on numerous occasions, prior times, and had old injection sites, and there was other silicone in her body. It was a whodunit. Which silicone killed her? Not my client's silicone.
Attorneys for both Hendricks and Hawkins immediately got to work appealing their conviction.
Isn't this game over? The points are on the board. Everybody have a safe drive home?
No, it's never over. When I have a client and he's looking at life and his liberties at stake and his freedom, I will not.
Hawkins' attorney took action without delay.
The defense did not rest. We immediately filed an appeal on behalf of Mr. Hawkins.
In June 2006, an appellate court determined that critical testimony about the cause of death was inadmissible. Medical examiner Ariston Price testified that silicone from injections given by the defendants quickly moved to Vera Lawrence's lungs, killing her. The defense argued that the silicone that penetrated Vera's lungs had come from dozens of injections over a period of months.
One of our strongest issues was the issue of Dr. Price being able to give her opinion on the way that silicone migrates in the bloodstream. We argued to the 4th District Court of Appeal that we had several issues.
The appellate court agreed with the defense's argument, deciding that Dr. Price was unqualified to render an opinion regarding silicone migration in the body. Hawkins' conviction was overturned.
What the court said was that this was an error by the trial court, and because it was an error by the trial court, it's not necessarily insufficient evidence, and because of that, the state of Florida should be able to have a retrial.
Hawkins was recharged, and the jury selection process was about to begin.
And we were prepared to go through a retrial, but we got an offer which came to an offer of time served. Instead of rolling the dice and stepping up to the plate, we took the option to go through the door of freedom, and Mr. Hawkins accepted a plea and is now a free man.
Schwartzreich asserts it would have been difficult for the state to find a qualified medical expert to sustain its earlier argument about the cause of death.
I don't really think there are many experts out there that can opine on the way that silicone migrates into the bloodstream. And if there had been, the state of Florida would not have been so quick to offer us time served and would have found another expert other than Dr. Price on the retrial.